Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm too low there. I need to come up on my studio cell phone. Usually I'm in my studio, but tonight on the cell phone. How's it look, Dr. Chris?
Handsome if you're on it.
Am I looking pretty?
Pretty.
I traveled to, we also did boxing magazines. That's Dr. Chris. I'm Bill Apter. You can see who we are under there. But I traveled for years with Muhammad Ali, doing photos for our Ring magazine and KO and World Boxing. And I used to always imitate him to his face. I'm so pretty. Look at me. I like your speed. I like your style, but your pay's so cheap. I won't be back for a while. See, most people over-imitate him.
Really?
They over-imitate him.
But you, on the other hand, you do well.
I under-imitate him.
You under-imitate him?
I do. Well, it's great to be back with you. And there's one thing I'd like us not to mention on this show. Tyrese Halliburton. I've had enough.
Oh, I'm with it. Let's do it. I want to talk about Halliburton. Yes.
I've had enough. All right. Yes. The beginning of Monday Night Raw with him and the guy from the Knicks was fine. But then when Pat McAfee and Michael Cole said earlier in the day, I'm watching a freaking wrestling show. I want to see my wrestlers. He had more time on that show than three quarters. I'm sounding like Vince Russo, bro. Than three quarters of the wrestlers on that show. Now, I put, me, even though I'm a journalist, a podcaster, an announcer, and all this stuff, I'm watching Monday Night Raw to see my wrestling. And I'm getting a basketball player for like 8 minutes during that show. And that's all they're talking about is this guy. And it made it like, now I know why they're doing it. No doubt in my mind they're doing this for the WK25 thing that's coming up. And also, maybe his fans would come over to SummerSlam because, they're playing the Knicks and the Knicks are right out of New York. So maybe there'll be some, crossover there. But for a guy who doesn't watch basketball during that show, I was, what the hell are they doing? I didn't like it. I really didn't. So I don't know what I know you're a sports guy.
I am, man.
I know.
Yep.
But I want to see, I'm going to say this like they used to back in the 70s. I want to see my wrestling on.
You want to see my wrestling?
I want to see my wrestling when I'm watching wrestling. I don't want to see no basketball players. No baseball players.
Cross promoting, man.
No. Yeah, but it should be someone everyone knows. To me, he's not a household name. If he's a household name, I would know it.
That's not necessarily true, Bill, because you don't watch sports, so you wouldn't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But there are people who transcend their fields. There are people who don't like music, but they know who Taylor Swift is. Yeah, but I never heard of this guy.
Because he's plastered everywhere, though.
He gets plastered everywhere.
Tyrese Halliburton's pretty.
Oh, when you said plastered, I thought you meant.
Oh, Bill Apter once again.
Yeah, but didn't you think it was overkill? Didn't you think it was overkill? Come on.
I think that a lot of what WWE does when it comes to he thought Bill Apter thought it was so overkill that he decided to get off the air because of it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll do some comments here. That's how upset Bill Apter
was it something I said?
No, that was you. You logged off.
Now you have no sound.
Yeah, I don't know, brother.
You have no sound. What's going on here? You can hear me?
I can hear you fine, yes.
You can hear me. I can't hear you. I'm on the same program I was before. I'm going to go out and come in again. Okay?
Yes.
Let's see what happens.
All right, I'll address some of these comments here. Only household names: LeBron and Curry. No, it's I think Tyrese Halliburton is a household name to the sports industry. Now, as he transcend the business, does he like? Is he like a staple or Mount Rushmore of NBA? No, there's not a lot of people who are. Period. However, there you go. Can you hear me?
Dr. Chris, say something, sir. No, yes. I cannot hear you. And it says I'm in the show. It says my speaker is working. My microphone's working.
People can hear you.
So I might have to transfer over to my computer that is not in the room here with me. But this is very unusual that I can't hear you at all.
People can hear
unless
you.
Unless maybe Mr. Halliburton was watching this and he got upset.
Everybody can hear you. Everybody.
Yeah, you can hear me. I understand that.
Everybody
I can't hear you.
Everybody.
You want me to leave and come out again?
Everybody can.
I have no clue what he's saying, gang. Not at all.
Everybody can hear you.
All right, I'm going to try another method, but it might take me 5 minutes to come back.
You do that. Yes, you do that.
I'm going to shut this phone down and come back in.
Okay, sounds good. Right? Okay, there are people here from Sports Kita. There's still no super chat, y'all. So I don't know. I'm hello, you there, Bill? he's trying to figure this out. I'll take him off for now. Yes, Tyrese Halliburton is a really good name to use for cross promotion. He's known enough to be on the WWE game. But here's the thing, though. This is one of the things I was about to say. Every single week, we see somebody who is not very known as a celebrity. That's, hey, we got this special coming up on Netflix. We've got Soupy Sales. Although Soupy Sales is very known, and Bill Apter loves Soupy Sales. But I'll just use him just as a name. But that's what they do every single week. They just bring out celebrities. And out of all of the celebrities, people absolutely, I would say that Tyrese Halliburton is known, especially it's very relevant because the Pacers are in the Eastern Conference. They're advancing. They advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals against the New York Knicks, and so I would definitely say that Tyrese Halliburton is a good choice in order to use for Raw. But however, I do understand Bill Apter's gripe as far as utilizing that time frame too much, too long. I will say that. I will agree with Bill Apter when it comes to that. Yeah, so I do think the segment was too long. I do think I will say that there are a lot of people who aren't necessarily watching for the sake of I want to watch Tyrese Halliburton, but I do understand the cross promotion between the two. So I wasn't, I wasn't too upset about that. We got let's see here. Do I think Sheamus is ready for a run in the world title picture? That's actually a pretty good what is going on with the super chat, Sportskeeda? All right. Okay. All right, okay. All right, Sheamus. Do I think Sheamus is ready for a run in the world title picture? No, I do not think that Sheamus is ready. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. I don't think that Sheamus is positioned right to be in that spot. I definitely think Sheamus is one of those people who is going to be able to fit in and insert himself anytime that he, at any moment. However, at the same time, I do think that WWE doesn't really have any world title plans for Sheamus anytime soon. Even if he gets inserted in the world title picture, I don't ever see Sheamus as a world champion again. I think the biggest thing for Sheamus, I think the biggest selling point for Sheamus is the fact that he's never won the Intercontinental Championship. That's still a thing, and I think that would be a really cool selling point for Sheamus. What do you think, Bill Apter?
Regarding Sheamus,
yep,
he's been around such a long time. I think that he's going to be utilized more to put people over than win something. I really do. He's a great guy. I like him. Mm-hmm. I have seen him. By the way, I have no idea what happened technically there before, but I'm on a. You can see and hear me now, correct?
Yep, we can.
Right. So I'm not going to mention that basketball player again because he's probably watching this live and has probably had me kicked off.
That's probably it. Yeah.
That's probably what happened. By the way, did I tell you when I was a photographer, I used to carry my stuff in a Halliburton case? But anyway.
You did. Speaking of Halliburton, real quick, shout out to Mongo McMichael, Steve Mongo McMichael. Our prayers go with his family. We recently lost Mongo McMichael. I do remember in back in the day in the late 90s when he turned heel, he was a baby face cheerleader, a commentator. We're losing Bill again. He's frozen. He was a babyface commentator, and he was cool, but he made the heel turn. I wasn't a big fan of the Horseman affiliation, but one thing I was really, really a big fan of was the fact that they would sell the absolute mess out of him hitting people with the Halliburton briefcase, and they would sell that so much. And that was the first time that I recognized and realized the word Halliburton is a briefcase, and I thought that was fantastic. So kudos to Steve Mongo McMichael that basically because of his gimmick he was able to let me take this off again. Bill Apter's having all types of technical stuff today. The Halliburton briefcase, because of Steve Mongo McMichael, I was able to know what a Halliburton briefcase is. So kudos to that. All right, so we got the Sheamus stuff to discuss. Let's see here. Awesome sauce. Try to book tickets for the WrestleMania 1 reunion at GrappleCon in October. Very nice.
I did two
Okay.
other podcasts in the past few hours, and none of this technical stuff happened. So I don't know what's going on here. I did
Not
pay
sure.
my cable bill.
I'm glad you did, man. I'm good.
I
You're a
did.
very mature guy, responsible
You
guy.
you were talking about Mongo Steve Mongo McMichael, who I knew casually. I didn't know him very well, but like I say this with a lot of people, anytime I needed a few words on my cassette recorder or some photos
Mhm.
of him,
Four Horsemen.
he was always glad
Very nice.
to jump in and do that. Getting back to what we were talking about right before that was Sheamus, and yeah, I think he's more of a get a guy looking over really good. But you know what I want to talk about before we
What's
have a
that, Bill
technical
Apter?
issue again? Hopefully we
What's
won't.
that?
I'm gonna hate to see Ron Killings, R-Truth, get beaten upon on Saturday night's main event. I think what's going to happen. I don't know this for sure, and I mentioned it earlier on the Time Machine, but that won't be out for another day, so now it's exclusive here.
Yeah.
Is that I think John Cena is going to give him a beatdown because he's not going to want to fight back, at least through most of the match. I think he's going to keep saying to John Cena that he's his idol, and why is he doing this? And it's going to be a horrible beatdown to get prepared for whoever comes to the rescue of R-Truth. I don't know who that's going to be, but I think this is going to take John Cena's heel turn up another ugly notch, and it could be Cody Rhodes making a surprise comeback.
Cody Rhodes.
Maybe. Oh, I like
Cody
that.
Rhodes.
I miss his
So
entrance, by the. I miss his entrance,
you
by the
missed
way.
Cody Rhodes' entrance.
I
Okay.
miss his entrance. Yeah, even if it's not going to a match or just whatever, I miss his entrance. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Um, so I don't think that our troops should have an ounce of offense against John Cena.
I
That's not,
don't think it's going to happen either.
I
Maybe
don't
for
have an ounce of
2
offense.
seconds.
I think that this is what I think should happen at Saturday's main event. I think that bell rings. So you have both of the entrances. You have both of the bell ring. Both of the bells ring, and then what you do is you have R-Truth trying to placate John Cena, saying, "Hey, give me a hug. Come on, let's do the You Can't See Me. Let's
Yep.
cheer together and do the whole gimmick." And then you have John Cena give him a low blow before the bell rings, and then you have
I feel like John Cena.
you're going out again. You have John Cena give him a low blow, since that's his shtick now, especially when it comes to the Cody Rhodes thing. You give him a low blow, that's going to get the heat. You give him a couple of AAs, that's going to cause more heat because people love R-Truth. And then you have the bell ring, and then I would do another AA, get even more heat, and then pin R-Truth 1, 2, 3, and then walk out of the ring. I don't want to hear no promo. I don't want to hear no celebration. None of that. None of it. None of it. I don't want any of it to happen. I want John Cena, boom, 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 gets the heat. Don't celebrate it, and then absolutely leave. Bill Apter, you see yourself right there? Frozen. Frozen Bill Apter. There you go. I'm gonna keep you right.
I don't know if the problem's on my end here because my internet's working full speed here.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very,
Yeah.
very nice. Wait a minute. Who's very
No,
nice about that? Somebody
uh,
call Comcast. Now it looks
yeah.
like there's a third person coming in.
No, I think very nice is the very fact that there was a frozen version of you that was on the screen, man. That was pretty
Good
funny.
movie too. But do you think? What do you think the finish is going to be to the match? They're going to stop it? Is Cena going to get disqualified?
No, no. I think that he's going to
What,
low blow R-Truth before the bell
yeah.
starts. He's going to AA him, and then he's going to get heat. And this is what I think should happen. AA, maybe even twice, and get the heat, pin him, and don't celebrate, don't cut a promo, just go straight out. Just leave the ring and beeline back to
All
the
right. Don't brutalize him after the match.
no,
Oh,
I wouldn't do
I
that.
think he needs to. I think he needs to.
The thing is, man, you don't want to do too much. You don't want to make it seem too filler. You got to be, the timing has to be right on that, man. Because I've said before, I think he should obliterate him during the match versus
Oh, I
after the
agree.
match. Yeah, I think that should. I've said that before. I think that should happen. But I'm actually even just as much of a fan, even more. I'd argue, make it short, man. I wouldn't even do anything. I think WWE would be prone to do would be John Cena's getting his he's basically getting his stuff in. R-Truth does a counter, couple punches, calls the fans to react positively, and all of a sudden Cena squelches it, and then the finish happens. But I don't think there should be any form of offense at all for R-Truth. And R-Truth is the man.
Well, wait a
He's
minute. We
awesome,
have
but no offense from R-Truth.
okay. So we have SummerSlam coming up.
Yeah.
And they got to put John Cena with someone. So somebody's got to come to the rescue when Cena goes crazy afterwards. And it could be somebody that none of us would think about if we consider what happened on Monday Night Raw. It could even be Gunther.
I
Then they
highly
make
doubt
it. Then they put a Gunther. Then they put a Gunther John Cena match together. Nobody's thought of that except me at this point. You never know what
who's the
because right
heel.
now everything is kind of
Who's the
mixed up.
baby face? Who's the
You
baby
know,
face?
everything's mixed up at this point because it
Well, that's
from
what
Monday
makes
Night Raw.
that's
Well,
what
from
makes it
Monday Night
suck.
Raw, no,
That's the problem.
from Monday Night Raw, it looked like Gunther was kind of turning with his Logan Paul thing, and with the Seth Rollins um, thing. So there could be a turn there. By
Face?
the way, yeah, well, a fan favorite to go against. Not
No,
not no, I don't know. Not exactly a face, but a face
no.
for a while. For a while, it's up to the fans because I know the fans were supporting him when he was nose to nose with Logan Paul.
Well, that's what makes it. Well, he was getting booed there, but I think that mindset, Bill Apter, is what makes wrestling feel all over the place nowadays, man. It's just
Oh,
all over.
yes, absolutely.
It's all over the
Agreed.
place. I mean, like we
Agreed.
can't just we can't say, oh, the fans are cheering Gunther. Let's go this way. Oh, let's turn him here temporarily. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
you're
turn him
right.
back. Like
Yeah.
it's all over the place, man. I think you gotta be firm on what you want. That's the reason why, although I don't disagree with the very fact that someone could come out and someone should come out, because this feud coming out of Saturday Night's Main Event should be the feud going into SummerSlam. I absolutely agree with that from what you're saying, Bill. But here's the problem with what we've seen in WWE wrestling in general is the very fact that it's like literally like last minute booking to the very week or two before the big event, and they'll announce a
Mhm.
match. And so, like, even though we're 2 months out before SummerSlam, 2.5 months out before SummerSlam, I still don't see, unfortunately, them using this 2.5 months, which they should, because that's we need to get some really good steam behind a feud. I just don't see them starting a feud with
Oh,
John.
wait a minute. I just had the horrible thought that Tyrese Halliburton's going to come and rescue them.
There you go. Halliburton versus Cena at Money in the Bank.
God. No, who?
Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem.
Wait. Just real quick.
Go ahead.
Who's your ideal guy to come out and set up for some? Let's say they're setting up for SummerSlam. Who is it?
I don't think that they're going to set up for SummerSlam, though.
No, I'm saying,
yeah.
If you're put in that position,
what?
Huh?
Yeah, coming out for what? Why is he coming out?
Coming out to plan the opponent for SummerSlam. No, but I'm saying if you had to do that, who's the guy?
I wouldn't do it. I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your question, but I don't like the question.
They'll fire you from the booking committee. You got to come up with something.
No, I would be the person who would say no. Let's change the question. Like, shout out to Roddy Piper. Like, let's change the question. Like, if I was in the booking committee, I would say no. I think a run-in just for run-in's sake is a horrible idea. Like, why is someone running in?
The plan for SummerSlam.
No, what you said. You said that someone was going to. It would still be for run-in's sake, though. Like, at the end of the day, someone's just simply running in again in a John Cena match. Like, why?
Changing the picture to save R-Truth, number one, and number two, to set up whoever this guy is for the next John Cena opponent.
So let me say this: saving R-Truth. What does that mean if there's absolutely zero equity that's been built in saving R-Truth? Why would anybody save R-Truth?
To set something up for SummerSlam.
Yeah, and again, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay,
well, it does to me. So I'm asking you,
right?
Is there someone on the roster?
But you're asking me a question, though, Bill. I'm saying I don't think it makes any sense. That's why booking in this way makes zero sense to me whatsoever. So if you're in a booking, let's have an Unreal episode, a WWE Unreal episode. We're all suits and ties looking at Triple H. Okay, well, I think we should do a run-in. Why? I mean, what for? I don't think it should be a run-in.
He's getting killed. He's getting murdered there.
Okay.
So what?
Yeah.
So that's murdered, and then
you don't want. There's zero reason why I would like. I think that segment should fully be John Cena getting heat. Period. No run-in whatsoever. Like, because you already didn't do much of a good job with getting John Cena the heat that he already should have. He doesn't have really good heat right now. He should, but he doesn't. Because guess what happens? A day after WrestleMania, Randy Orton comes out and puts him in an RKO. So he already had that heat basically vacuumed in a matter of a day after winning the World Championship. So, I mean, after winning at Backlash, retaining or winning the championship, and then that led to Orton Cena Backlash. And so I think at this point, no more run-ins, no more. You already did that with Orton. Why would you have another babyface come in? Cena gets the heat, and then you have that heat taken away from him by having a babyface come in and get the cheer. I don't think they should do that. Now, if they do it on the SmackDown after that, then we're talking, because he can easily cut a promo and said that I'm going home with the championship. You know, like he was saying before, there's tie in there. There's not just some spotty run in that doesn't mean anything. Get the heat on John Cena. Keep it on John Cena, man.
It's either going to be a spotty run-in or Nick Aldis and all the referees come in and pull them off of R-Truth.
Now I'm fine with that. Now that I'm fine with. That I'm fine with, because there's at the end of this, if a baby at the end of you having John Cena versus R-Truth, if a baby face gets the better of John Cena in this segment, oh man, that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible.
Oh no,
there's
he
no
doesn't have
way
to get the best of him. He doesn't have to get the best of him. He can run down the aisle. Cena sees him and takes a powder, as they say. That's all. And they look at each other and they stare,
yeah,
and
but
then
even
they
if he
follow it up
powders,
on next week.
but even if he powders, that still gives the baby face the better spot on the segment though.
Yeah, because they got to establish somebody for the next John Cena opponent.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
backing down from that.
and that very philosophy, man, is why we're where we're at now. This spotty booking, I can't take it. I just can't take it. It's just too spotty. It's week after week. Oh, we'll get the pop that somebody ran in and from John Cena after he beat R-Truth, and then now we get so excited about it. That's the type of stuff that I can't rock with it, man. It just doesn't make
But
any
I think
sense.
that's what's going to happen. I think
I'm more in agreement with your other option of John Cena, and I've mentioned this before. John Cena just obliterates R-Truth, and he gets a ton of heat at the end of that segment. He walks out, boos. So now we're knowing at the end of this, give us some time to breathe. Everything I gotta be so quick. Like, give us some time to breathe. John Cena gets the heat by obliterating R-Truth. Now we're excited to see what's next. That gives us more of an of excitement to watch SmackDown. If someone comes out as a babyface and we don't like the babyface, we're not prone to watch that. Neither do we. We care less about that segment on SmackDown. But if you don't give us anything and you leave that type of breadcrumb effect, now we're like, oh, like we can't stand John Cena. Now we're interested in watching SmackDown to see who's the person who's next for John Cena, instead of you just giving us, John Cena. Even if you do Damien Priest,
I get what you're saying. I don't.
You're freezing on me again, my brother. Oh,
Yeah, not the right guy.
what's that? What's that, bro?
Can you? Am I back?
You're kind of back. What'd you say, brother?
Okay, so Damien Priest is not the right guy.
I would say that
Damien Priest is not the right guy. He's busy that minute.
Right. What I'm saying is, even if Priest beats Drew, which I can see happening, unfortunately, but I can see Priest beat Drew, and I can see Priest and Cena, because they're going to do filler until SummerSlam, man. They've still got Money in the Bank, and that's going to be filler. And then after Money in the Bank, they're going to do SummerSlam. That's the reason why I think that they have way too many programs in between, because now you got Money in the Bank still. So I think it's going to be another filler match.
Yeah, but I still think it could be a shock to everybody on NBC if Cody Rhodes wants to be part of that show. That's his perfect time to come out.
You think he'll get so this leads to a rematch at SummerSlam to you, in your opinion?
Did you get me there, or did I freeze?
You froze, but I did hear a chunk of what you said regarding Cody Rhodes. Check. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I think.
You think Cody? Go ahead.
Cody Rhodes. Yeah, just to keep him. This is a big show. It's on NBC, so what the heck? Good showcase. Bring him in. Chase Cena away from R-Truth.
Yeah, the only problem with that, Bill, is that mentally, like theoretically, that makes sense, but at the same time, they didn't have that same type of mentality with the previous episodes of Saturday Night's Main Event.
No, I know that, but I think that could happen this time because it's such a big event.
Right, but it's not
we can agree to disagree.
How different is it how different is it from the other Saturday Night's Main Events who are also supposed to?
I'm not looking back at what was. I'm not looking back at what was. I'm looking as what is, that we get a great pop from the national audience and the people
Exactly.
in the
See,
arena
that's it.
if
That's
Cody
it
plays.
right
It
there.
makes a great
Exactly.
pop. That's what it's
Exactly.
all
See,
about
that's it
these
right
days.
there. Yep,
Yeah,
exactly. And that's the problem because it's all about, hey, let's get a great pop.
that's it.
That's
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 it.
a that's the problem right there. Precisely the
That's where the
problem.
business is today. Who gets that
Correct.
big pop?
That's correct. And that's the reason why it's missing so much of the storyline arc. That's the reason why it's so niche. That's the reason why it's becoming so just really, really one dimensional when it comes to a lot of the writing and the creative. It's just like, hey, let's see what we can do to get the pop. That's not really a good thing that's not really a good way to write toward the audience, though. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's going to get a pop from the crowd, of course, but at the same time, what does it say to the audience? Do you even care? You know, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think they
It's
will care
really
if it's
important
Cody.
to me.
I think if it's
What's that?
Cody, they'll care. If it's Cody, they'll care.
Who would care? Who would care?
The fans will care.
Right. That's what I'm
The
saying. Like
TV
it'll get a
audience,
pop
the
from the
live
audience.
audience. Yeah.
The audience there would care, but Cody Rhodes as a whole is starting to get a lot of flack from outside of the crowd.
Yeah, but I know people the kids who will pop to see Cody come back.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in the wrestling bubble, Bill. I'm not, man. And I
I
think
know
that
I am. You
and I
know
think
that.
and I think the very issue that we have with this is anything is acceptable. And it's like, man, all right. If anything's acceptable, they're not going to spend the time to really put a lot of thought into it. And they're like, let's see. Cody Rhodes, just to throw him out here, he'll get a pop. They'll feed right into it.
Well,
All
maybe
right.
they're thinking about Cody. Maybe they're thinking about Cody and Cena again at SummerSlam.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. The only problem what I would have with that, Bill, is that I think what they should do with Cody Rhodes is I think they should save it a little bit because Rock was talking about the selling the soul type of thing still. He said that
Mhm.
there's still some steam in that, down the line. I think that should be further down the line. I think eventually Cody should turn on Cena and go with The Rock. That's what I think that should happen, leading to Cena.
That would be good. But I think right now the audience barely remembers that Cena turned heel because of The Rock. I don't think it's on their radar now. It's been too much time. I don't think it's on the radar.
You don't think that Cena, that people don't think that Cena turned because of The Rock? One of the biggest issues
No,
that
no,
came.
no, 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 no.
Go ahead.
They know that he did, but it's
Okay.
not their first thought when they see John Cena now.
What
They're
do you
just
think?
seeing the heel, John Cena. They're not saying, "Oh, right." Yeah, I just think Rock is off to the side right now. He's not a thought in the mind of the people that are watching John Cena, unless the broadcasters bring it up again.
People still give The Rock a ton of WWE as a whole a ton of flack because The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania.
Oh, I know.
To
I know.
to
So
this
that
day.
what I'm saying though is that people just don't think when they see John Cena, they don't think of The Rock at this point. Cena's his own bad guy individual at this point.
I don't think
Which
he's.
is
I don't think
probably
he's
where they
really
were
broken.
going.
I don't think he's broken away from that stench of The Rock not showing up at WrestleMania, though. I don't think he's broken away from that. I think as a whole, like having a more panoramic view of what the product as a whole and what people are saying from a focus group perspective. If you step out, you'll see that a lot of people don't like the fact that they don't like John Cena's heel run. They just think it's very,
Right.
very
Yeah.
underwhelming for many reasons, and so we'll see. But to answer your question, Bill, I just wanted to start it up just because we do that on Unscripted. To answer your question, what I would like for SummerSlam, I probably won't be a fan of how they build it up, but I would be okay with Cena versus Punk at SummerSlam.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Last question for you. Whose laugh did you like better, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase or Seth Rollins? Who gets the vote?
Oh, hands down, easy peasy lemon squeezy. The $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, without a shadow of a doubt.
Can you do one?
No,
Can you do a DiBiase laugh?
no, I do not want. That's more Seth Rollins.
No, Seth is more. He's more. Where
No,
Ted DiBiase was more.
No, not quite. This guy.
I have
Let him
fun
know where to
battling
find.
minds with you. Wait. I have fun battling minds with you because we look at this in so two different perspectives. You like to take it apart in a psychological
I
way,
do.
and I'm just like I'm taking it apart. I'm giving it to you how I think the fan sees this. So it's interesting. I
And
like
think,
doing it.
and here's the crazy thing about that, Bill. You're right. Like you do say it. You do accurate. I think you're very accurate in how the fan sees it. I think that I would say that I think that is one of the biggest reasons why WWE is losing interest as a whole from people, and it's very clear from outside of the bubble that people just are losing interest. So let them know where to find you, my brother Bill.
When you say losing interest, I understand that on the TV shows. I see that. But other than this past week, the numbers still are really good. So it's all on the numbers.
They're not really
So,
good.
but anyway,
They've lost almost
no,
3 million people
was
on Netflix. They've lost,
yeah, but right.
they've lost
But this
2.3 million people on Netflix.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes. They started as a 5-1 and
that.
they're around a 2.7, 2.8 now, man. That's not really good.
This past week.
Really good.
Yeah, past week was not good. Past
No.
week was not good. All right, Apter at
Just continue
X
to go down like
Apter
that.
One.
This guy right here is Bill Apter. I'm Dr. Chris.
That guy over there is Dr. Chris Featherstone, if you will.
If you will, baby. Hey, come over to Pancakes and Power Slams, man. I'm about to go over there right now. I'm talking about the psychological effects of body shaming, about the Cora Jade Twitter post or X post that she put a little bit ago about body shaming and feeling like that while she was in WWE. And I'm going to talk about the psychological effects of that. So come check me out.
You're going to talk about the psychological effect of Saraya asking fans not to come over and try and kiss her on the lips.
Now that would be another class, not this one, but that was
That's
weird
a
too.
hell of a class.
super.
And I
weird.
just want to say that I apologize to her. I really didn't mean that.
Yes.
I was going for her too.
Yes. I knew that you were the guy.
You know I was involved.
Out on. Yeah. Bill Apter, Dr. Chris, this is Unscripted. Have a good night, everybody.
Dr. Chris, we'll see you at the matches.
So long.